Hi guys, this is Abby Eagle, and in this video I'd like to share with you some ideas I have for building icons and shapes, specifically for my NLP videos on my other channel. I wanted something a bit more stylish than using a simple gradient, so I experimented with layering shapes and also painting a gradient using my Wacom Tablet. If you want more detail, just leave your request in the comments box below. All I'm going to do now is just quickly go through and just show you how I actually did it. So, okay, so you build a base with an ellipse tool. That's pretty straightforward. And let's get this moving here. And we're going to come in. So we start with the cube, okay? So we come over here. You take your rectangular tool. And then you just drag it out. You hold the shift key. It'll constrain it so you get yourself a square. Let it go. Come back here, fill. I need to give it a fill. So that's like the front of the box. And then let's say we do the side. Don't need to be too precise, Abby. So bang, here. That'll do. Take it to there, give it a fill, make it a little bit darker. But now what you do is this, is go up here to edit, transform path, distort. That's one of my favorite tools, distort. So I just give it the box a bit of perspective. Like so. All right, just try and get those lines the same. There we go. Apply it. And then get your rectangular tool there. It's not quite right, but it's good enough. It's the top. And then we come up and edit, transform path, distort, take the corner, drag it down, take the other corner, you see it changes to a rectangle, drag it down until you've got the right perspective that suits you. Apply, there you are, all right. Okay, so now we're going to work on the cylinder. Just zoom in a little bit. So it's pretty straightforward. Take your ellipse tool. Just take the top. Let's give it a color. Doesn't really matter what color it is. The exercise. And if you like, you can duplicate it. And then you drag it down to the bottom. We use that afterwards. And now we come across to here. We take our rectangular tool and just drag down a piece. Let's just go back to here. Let's just get this color out of here. Come on, mouse, stop playing around. We get our rectangular tool. So we get a starting point, how we want to have it, all right? And then all we do is just build in these gradations, all right? So all you do is build in the gradations. And each time you just make them a little darker. All right. Where's our ellipse? Let's put our ellipse on top. All right. Now the ellipse on the bottom should go here too. All right. And so what you do is you just position it. And then we need just to cut off these pieces here. So we come back to our rectangles. They're actually shapes. So what we have to do, you highlight those layers, right click, rasterize layers, so that they become objects. And now what we do is zoom a little bit, and what we're going to do, you come up here and you take the polygonal lasso tool, and what you do is you just cut it out as neatly as you want. So you could go all the way around if you had, obviously. You get to here, so you get your selection, then you come back to your, select the layer, hit delete, and they disappear. All right, it's cool. Then Control D, and you get rid of the marching ants, and then just get rid of that. And there you go. Okay, so what we're going to do is focus on this blue one. Now, if you look at the this orange one here, you can see, because we use rectangles, you get a sharp edge definition, which is pretty cool. If you wanted to blur it, those edges, you could do by going up into blur and blurring the edges, but then it would end up looking, you know, much like our gradient there, which is a bit too clinical for what I want. And so here we take this blue one, and I drew these lines with a brush using my Wacom Tablet. And the way that I did it, I'll explain. First off, let's just actually, so we choose a color, let's ellipse tool, let's just get the top, and now we'll need a new layer to paint on. And so what you have to do is come across and you grab your brush tool, and I've got it for about 20 pixels wide, which is all right. And then I'm going to put my mouse aside, and okay. Come back over here. So now what I do is I just line up my my pen to my ruler, and then I can just draw a line down. All right, it's a little bit wonky. I can straighten it up, and then I go and I change the color, make it a little bit darker, and now I need to move my ruler over, and there we go. All right, so I'll just do one more, make it a little bit darker. So I'm pretty new to the Wacom Tablet, but there we go. All right, so then you just draw all the way around, and then you just do the same as what you did before, where you just go around and you just copy that ellipse, put it down the bottom, cut it off, and there you have it. Okay, so now I'm just going to show you how I did this sphere here. So we start out and you have a look at this one over here, this gradient there. So you take the elliptical marquee tool and you just drag it out, hold the shift to constrain it, give yourself a new layer, get the gradient tool, all right, get the gradient tool there, okay, and then drag it across, and you get your gradient, which of course you can define and do all sorts of fancy things with if you want, all right? So let's Control Z and Control D to get rid of that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come over here, take our ellipse tool, got a green color. So what we do is we start out, so hold the space bar to move it around a bit, like that, hold the shift to constrain, and we get it like so, all right? Now let's give it a stroke about, say, 1 pixel, and don't worry about the color. Just give it a dark color, all right? And now we duplicate the layer. Right, duplicate the layer. And this time, let's say we give it a stroke of 50. We knock out the fill, but we're going to come down here. We want to get rid of that stroke, right? The color that is. So we come around here, copy it from there. So here's a big fat one up here. Take the stroke, gonna go over here, and there you are, and then it disappears, all right? And now what we're going to do is all you do is like we did over here, you start building procedurally. So the light source is like about 11 o'clock or something. And we're going to come across to our ellipse tool. And we're just going to have like a little one. About so, all right? And then we need to come up here, whoops, and then we go and change our color a little bit, take our ellipse tool, and just however you want to do it, and there we go. So I'll just do one more. So you just progressively just make them darker. Should have worked out how to do it by now. All right, like so. All right, just pull it down. All right, now the logic should make sense. So now we take our background and we put it up the top, right? So remember the background, which has got the stroke around it. There we are. So now we can just keep building. All right, now we just can keep building our, don't know why you do that, Abby. So you put it like so, but you pull it down, and there it goes. All right. So that's all you do. And then when you've done all that, if you want, what you can do is you can rasterize the layers and then just cut out that piece that you had behind it, that stroke, and then you have like a new object that you can play with. So I hope you enjoyed the video. And remember, just keep challenging everything for the truth. Got any questions? Drop in the box below.